Hi everyone, Steve here from RSM in Brisbane, and welcome to our latest episode of our Coffee Conversation series. Today's an exciting one. It's the second chat where I've had the privilege to talk with Li Cunxin from Queensland Ballet. Li, of course, is the artistic director at Queensland Ballet. So, Li, wonderful that you could join me again. And it's been about 2 years since our last chat. So, a lot's happened in those last 2 years, but again, as with last time, it is a casual chat over a coffee, or in the case, as I know from last time, you don't drink coffee.
No,
yours is?
I got tea.
Yes, very, very good indeed. So, Li, look, thank you once again. It means a lot to talk to you again, and I think today, learning your news that you'll be leaving the Queensland Ballet at the end of December as artistic director, which of course is the position that you currently hold. I'm really keen to kind of get your thoughts on the journey you've had with Queensland Ballet and with Brisbane as well as a city. One of the things I note is just 3 days ago, an organisation by the name of BCW, I think out of Switzerland, named Brisbane as the sports capital city, I think. I may have that term slightly incorrect, which is wonderful, particularly when we think about the lead up to the 2032 Olympics. But I'm really keen to get your thoughts on where we sit from an arts perspective now and where the arts will play a role as we move towards 2032 as well.
That's a wonderful title for the city, but it wouldn't be nice to name Brisbane the arts capital of the world. Wouldn't be wonderful. But I have to say, Steve, for the 11 years I've been here, I've seen tremendous growth in the arts sector. There is a huge amount of activities. I see a lot of the arts organizations are really punching way above their weight. And it would be really interesting to see that momentum continue to grow and gathering further momentum because of the coming of the Olympics in the next 10 years. But I think there's also a sense of spirit, collaboration spirit, and camaraderie, as well as really learning from each other. So one's success is not isolated, is motivational, inspirational to other organizations. So I really sincerely hope that the success of the Queensland Ballet in the last 11 years in this state, in this city, and in this nation is a source of really motivation for others to perhaps emulate or surpass us. And I see that spirit happening in this city, very much so. But reflecting on really the 11 years at the Queensland Ballet, first of all, I'm so proud, incredibly proud of what the team collectively have been able to deliver, achieve. Is the company culture I'm really proud of, because I think you can say, yes, we have this one of the world's, or if not the world's best dance facility here in Brisbane. We can say we built a state-of-art academy at Kelvin Grove State College. We have delivered incredible artistic programs, brought joy and happiness to so many people over the years, despite all of that. But I really think it is the culture, it is the people that makes those things happen. And I'm proud to say I have a wonderful team, a team that is really ambitious, very motivated, and the whole aim is about delivering a world standard experiences, productions, performances, and also to really to be able to have a sense of achieving your best on a daily basis. And so it's that sense of excellence we try to constantly achieving, and that's what's driving us on a daily basis.
And Li, tell me, when you first made that decision all those years ago to move to Brisbane, and I guess there must have been like an expectation as to what lay ahead and what the opportunity looked like to build what what you with the team have achieved. And as you say, the Thomas Dixon Centre here is amazing. The last time we caught up back in 2021, I recall we were in the temporary digs across the road, and this amazing facility was just being built. But what were you, we reflect back on when you first came to Brisbane and joined the ballet, what did you find, and if you will, what has that journey been to the point now where you're looking back, you're very proud of being part of that team and leading that team to build what you have now? So where did it come from, and the journey through to where it is now?
Sure. It's fair to say that I came with a very bold, in some ways, some people probably describe, even my wife thought I was unrealistic, come with bold vision. That bold vision was to take the Queensland Ballet from a small regional ballet company to become a global powerhouse in this Pacific, Asia Pacific region. And it was a mammoth job. And starting from virtually 23 dancers to really the stature of today, which is so highly respected around the world. And we have a lot of people around the world want to come to travel here to learn from us, what we have done, how we have achieved it. Steve, is really about the vision, is about ambition, aspirations, and it's about enormous amount of hard work and tenacity, drive. And it's almost like lighting this Olympic flame, and you want to do everything you can, make sure that flame never distinguishes, and it's always burning at the hottest. And that's what is driving me on a daily basis. It is about how could I motivate my team? How do I really bring the best out of them to help them to really realize their potential? Maybe it's part to do is, as a leader, share that vision for them to fully embrace that vision. And how do I challenge them to say, is that the best we can do? Even though in other people's eyes might be that this is brilliant. But in my eyes, there's always room for really improvement. There's always room to challenge the status quo. Yes, we have done that last year successfully, but what about next year? What about next performance? And you can do 5 pirouettes, or you do double, spinning in the air, but can you land it as softly, as securely, as beautifully as you could possibly can? And you might have gone up fabulously, but your landing still not quite perfect. But I think for me, when I first walked into the Tom Dixon Centre, where we are sitting here now, marvel at the beauty, at the elegance of this building. 11 years ago, it was really a falling down building. Every morning when we came in, the mortar in between the bricks was falling down. It's like a whole layer of dust floating around. So we have to wash almost every morning so the dancers does not slip and injure themselves. And then the next door, which is the new part of the building, was a empty dirt car park. From that moment onwards, I knew if we want to grow, if we want to achieve that global standard ballet company, then we have to invest in infrastructure. Starting from the dancers' dressing rooms, I still remember walking in there, I just want to turn around and go back to Melbourne. I just thought, this is all too hard. This is all really starting from the ground up, because there is no dressing room stations. All their dancers' clothes and shoes and tutus all on the floor because there's nowhere else to go. So tiny. and also smelled stuff. And I just thought, how could I invite world's international stars coming dressing like that? We're going to lose face as a nation. And then, then I convinced our carpenter friend from Melbourne. I said, could you give us a few days? I'll pay your airfare, come fly up here and see what you can do to transform the dancers' dressing rooms. And he said, I need the materials after. He stayed with us and all that. And then, so I was a guest speaker for the board of directors of Wesfarmers, and the had all of the business CEOs, including Bunnings. And so I called them for help. And Bunnings eventually, very generously, donated all the materials. So allowed our friend, the company friend, made a sort of really nice, dressing rooms with dressing stations with little mirrors so they can put their makeup on and all that, because we were still performing in this building as well. So it was a very humble beginning. And then I realized that my outrageous vision, doesn't matter how grand, how exciting they are, but we can't do anything without really supportive partners who would like to help us realize that vision, whether it's donors, governments, and as well as corporates such as RSM. And I have to say that those kind of partnerships, the people place their faith and beliefs in me and my vision, was the one thing I would forever grateful. I will never forget for as long as I live. And in those crucial partnerships and the relationships we formed allowed us to deliver these unforgettable, magical experiences to the community. And that's why these kind of buildings, this massive renovation project, which is probably almost unprecedented around the world, be able to deliver it.
That's wonderful. Your passion is infectious, and I think when we look at what's been achieved with the Queensland Ballet and during your tenure, it's quite extraordinary, and I think it's something you must be immensely proud of, and the legacy that you've helped establish here for the Queensland Ballet, for Brisbane, our wonderful city. We're absolutely delighted at RSM to be corporate partners now with the ballet going forward, and I can see that just the start of a wonderful future together. So, Li, it's an absolute pleasure. Thank you once again for joining me. It means a lot. Thank you all for joining us. I'm sure you really enjoyed that conversation, and I look forward to seeing you all again next time.